Live. Welcome to IR Vibes Info Entertainment Reviews channel. This is Nate bringing you a quick update. So here it is, guys. Currently 4:34 a.m. Arizona time, and this month is already flying by. The other day, remember how I was mentioning a possibility of a 6 or maybe even greater? I know you guys are probably already ahead of me. I had a busy day, so probably the last one. I'm probably the last to go ahead and do this update. Been out and about, but still wanted to get this out. And many of you who've been following me for the longest time have known that I've been pretty very well accurate. And here it is. Take a look. Now, as far as the threshold, the 6.4 magnitude that struck out here, you can see it's just 72 kilometers northwest of Isango Vanutu Islands area. We'll go ahead and take a look on a 3D globe and show you guys. And I'm definitely going to go ahead and put this on a 6.6 just because this earthquake, sorry about the screen doing what it's doing here, just because the way how this magnitude of the earthquake had struck. And as many of you already know, every time when these earthquakes hit, and when it comes to these magnitudes of size, I mean, look at this. We're looking at a bunch of fives. Now, I did up the threshold instead of having to see threes. Really not trying to focus anymore on 3 magnitudes. I'm going to try to keep all of you updated, including me, and just stick from 4 magnitude up to the highest magnitude possible. And because since the 4 and greater magnitudes, those are the ones that really stir things up. And as I was mentioning, there's that 6.4, though, as you already know. If you don't know, about to know now, never go off of exact what it says. If it's a 6.4, every time when we do get the data, it's always adjusted. And many of you have already seen that many times. Dutch Sense has posted this many times, and all of us have talked about it, including all the other forecasters and people who do updates. This 6.4 wasn't really too deep. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and hit the 3D globe and really take a look of what we're looking at. And bam, I mean, we got the tectonic plate. Here, give me a second. We're going to brighten up my screen. I don't know how it's going to show on your guys' end, but we're going to get this updated here. Now, look at this. Massive amounts. And I think what we're looking at here, as you can see in the pink, earthquakes from the smallest earthquake, anything from the green, they're from 1.0s and up to say about 1.9. When you start getting into the yellows and the mustard colors, which are not shown because I'm only focusing right now on 5.0 earthquakes and above. Well, we have 2 earthquakes right here, and this one's right near New Zealand. And I did mention about New Zealand possibility of getting this quake. Let's take a look at what size. This is a 5.9 magnitude earthquake. And this was only 123 kilometers northeast of Les Prince Rock, New Zealand. 5.9 and somewhat fairly well shallow. Excuse me on the kilometers. I thought I had it adjusted for miles deep, but we'll do that on the next update. But 34.46 kilometers, so it is fairly well shallow. And because of this quake, more than likely, I was definitely going to give it on my point of view, because just though I haven't been doing this for so many years, but I just have the nick of the act for this. And I've always been right since the beginning of day one. And this one's going to be the one that's going to continue to stir things up. The main one is this concern right here, because one, as you can see the tectonic plates, some of them, it's not showing all of the plates throughout. I mean, these things scatter even going towards Australia. So for the next couple of days ahead, we nailed it. I definitely, like I said, I try to give you guys at least a 5 to 7 days grace to keep watch. I mean, and during these updates, if I say it's going to be a 6.0 to strike within 7 days or sooner, that's just saying basically it can happen a couple hours from now. And it did. It happened within a couple of days. This earthquake, as you can see, It really wasn't that deep, and this one is already causing a pretty well domino effect. As you can see, all the quakes scattering through those plates. We'll get back to that. And here it is, 72 kilometers north-northwest of a single Vanutu Islands, 169 kilometers in depth. So really not that deep. Now New Zealand, we're gonna go ahead and start off, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna work our way up, going through basically all towards through Indonesia, hit through the Philippines, and so kind of something a little bit different. But there's a pattern here, and that's one thing how I go off of these quakes and how I'm me personally able to predict them properly the way I do. Now, already, because of the, on my terms, 6.6, I'm going to give it the max. Definitely no lower than the 6.5. But every single time, never go off the numbers that you see here. Even though these people provide accurate information, every time we get something, the data is always edited, never accurate. And many of you have seen that. So here it is right there. And this is the weakest zone throughout this globe. I don't know if any of you know that. I mentioned this quite a few times. And people think that California is bad. You know, if a 9.0 was to strike from Fiji Island, imagine when you drop a plate and you load it with so much food that you can't add no more food. And that plate just bam, and you glue that plate back together. You know how weak that plate's going to be? This is how weak this whole area is. This is why it always gets hit the way it does. Not many people talk about this. Here and there, couple folks I follow who do what I do, sometimes you'll hear it mentioned, but no one really seems to really throw it out there much because everybody really focuses about the San Andreas fault. Yeah, spooky. You have the New Madrid fault line. Arizona has a fault line that goes as far as starting from up in northern Flagstaff area, running all the way down to 89A. And mind you, when they call Arizona earthquake country, and we don't really get earthquakes, but this fault line in Arizona stretches so far, going as far south towards Tucson, cutting through parts of Texas and then Oklahoma and pointing directly towards the New Madrid. And that is just one fault. It's not connected to others. This is one massive fault. And a lot of people do not know about this. And I did not know about it until when I did find out. My eyeballs about fell out sideways like crazy eyes from Mr. Deeds. Anyhow, for the next couple of days, there's going to be a big high alert. And there we may just see, and I'm going to say 75% chance, you guys, no more than 7 days. I mean, this could be within 3 days from now. There are going to be maybe, if not one, possibly a couple more 6 magnitudes or greater. But right now, at a 75% chance, anywhere within through this area, even near New Zealand, wrapping around through here, and Indonesia, and even near Philippines could be the one to get hit. I never name just one spot, you guys. I always give a broad area, as you always have known, and it's always this area. And because of this 6 magnitude, look at my past updates, it's just how it is in this area for some reason. And when they hit, it creates a massive doozy effect. Here, for example, 5.2 magnitude, 52 kilometers depth, Papua New Guinea. But again, I'm about a 75% chance. Keep a lookout. Could be sooner than 7 days, but I'm giving you a 7 days full advance. We may see a 7.0 to a 7.3 magnitude earthquake max. I don't see anything getting any bigger, but I am certainly at a 95% chance that we will see in the next couple of days, indeed, a couple of 6 magnitude quakes and could be even greater. And so we're going to see how that goes. And it's already, you can clearly see the effects going on. And it's just trickled all the way down, like starting here. Take a look as this area, Tonga, again, really unstable area. If a 9 magnitude, for example, which is highly possible, when people talk about California, all you hear is a 7 magnitude could destroy California. Come on, people. Nobody realizes if California was to happen, which there already is a lot of activity going on along the San Andreas. It's not going to be a 7 magnitude or a 9 or 8, whatever they're saying. You got to realize it could strike when it happens. You could have a 10 to a 12, even a 13, and it could go as high as a 15 magnitude, though no one has ever experienced. But look how the way things are going around the whole globe. And mind you, people thought in the, was it 80s when California had that last big quake, that was nothing. This is going to be way bigger. And for some reason, not even the scientists are on point, and I'm way ahead of everybody. You look at Hawaii. When from day one, when Hawaii's volcano, we'll zoom in here real quick. We'll get back to the rest of these quakes. When Hawaii started erupting, what did I start telling everybody from the beginning? I did stop talking about this a little bit just because it really wasn't getting no feedback. Nobody was really paying attention. And everywhere you looked that was talked about Hawaii, it just seems like nobody sees this coming. I mean, look at the damage. Look how much the island has changed itself. Look at all these massive earthquakes. Hawaii is getting unbelievable. I told everyone from the beginning, if it keeps going the way it does, there's not going to be no Hawaii Island. And it's not looking great. And because when these big magnitudes hit, though Hawaii is pretty much kind of sitting in the center, it still gets affected because you have the west, you have the whole east, and the south, the north. I mean, it's kind of like sitting in the epic center in a way. So Hawaii, being that the smaller islands and volcanic islands are just massive volcanoes. I mean, look within here. I mean, so much stuff going on. It has not stopped. And from all the news, the scientists, everybody, I am way ahead of people. It's still going. It's not getting any better, and it's not gonna stop anytime soon. So do remember that. And if the earthquakes keep occurring the way they are, Hawaii was going to continue to start getting the effects from all of the shock waves being ricocheted all the way through the whole plate. California is going to be probably on an alert too. Probably by within a week, we could see about a 4.1 to a 4.2 magnitude anywhere along the coastline of California. We will get to that one here in a little bit. Now look at all these earthquakes that we're looking at right here. And the reason why they're in red, because they're all 5 and above magnitude earthquakes. And that is a crapload of earthquakes, you guys, for being nearly not even 24 hours. I mean, here it is, 0.23 kilometers. You know how shallow. When earthquakes are shallow like this is where things really start to cause a lot of problems. Even deep earthquakes do cause some significant type of an amount. But when they're shallow in an area that is unstable, all it's going to do is make it worse. And then if another, for example, Papua New Guinea had a 6.9, well, Hawaii is definitely going to feel it. Look at Yellowstone supervolcano. That's one that I probably fear the most. It's pretty spooky. I mean, I don't know. Put your comments down below. What would scare you guys the most? Any world devastation? One, a World War III on a global, all-out, fallout nuclear blast of everyone, every country, nuking each other, or a massive, huge, gigantic, apocalyptic volcano exploding. Which one fears you guys, and what do you guys think would be the worst? Now, Yellowstone, there's some activity, and I've been really eerie about this one. And then to find out, just recently, over a 100-foot fissure hole just gapped open. So if that doesn't tell anybody where this volcano is headed, since Hawaii has been erupting, if you look at that day when it hit, since then, Yellowstone volcano, and this is from Montana, Wyoming, and even stretching now even towards Colorado, because now Colorado is also sitting on a caldera. And this caldera is so massive that it literally covers the whole center of the United States, literally parts of Arizona. I mean, This is a really nasty volcano. And since this Hawaii incident, you guys, Yellowstone has not been a happy camper. This is the most active, and even what others have said, but how they claim most active in their history. This clearly shows. I mean, it is. It's really creepy. So I will be starting to do a little bit of talk about Yellowstone. I will be kind of keeping an update on that because that's something I don't think any of us could afford. And I think this one is the one that creeps me out the most. And if Yellowstone was to blow, you have some big problemos on top of the earthquakes. And of course, the hundreds of volcanoes that also stretch through from near New Zealand, Vanutu, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, all the way through here. It's nothing but volcanic island areas, you guys. Tons of volcanoes. And so many are erupting. And you all been keeping up on the news. Now, again, keep a heads up for the next 7 days. And it could be sooner, but definitely, again, like I was saying, at least 75 to an 88% chance of that 7.0, or could be greater anywhere through here. And again, 90% chance within a couple of days and through the rest of the week to be alert from anywhere in this area, not just one, but a couple. And we could probably even see 5. There's been times that there's been 10 6.0s, 6.5s, a couple of 6.3s all in one day because of one big massive 6 magnitude earthquake that struck. And this is how it always goes every single time in this area. And this is going to be a bad domino effect. Take a look over here. We're going to start working our way through. I'm going to take my time. And that way you guys get a great update. Please do leave some comments down below. If you have not subscribed and become part of the Vibes channel, please do hit that subscribe button. If you have a YouTube channel, let me know, and I would love to subscribe back. And I always subscribe to everyone who becomes part of the Vibes, even if you don't have a channel. But if you do, and even if you're just starting, just to update you, please don't hesitate to ask. If you guys need a shout out or like to kind of get promoted, I have no problem doing so. It'd be my honor. Now, over here we have a 5.2 magnitude, 166 kilometers southwest of Papua New Guinea. This one was only 52.23 kilometers in depth. And you can see here, this one had struck on Tuesday, July 10th. So this does go back within a couple of days, but of course, their time zone's way different because how they're on the other side of the world there. Now over here, take a look within Indonesia. This might be a bigger one, 5.1, 195 kilometers in depth. This one was 38 kilometers just southwest of Telamuta, Indonesia. And working our way to the back over here, see, this one probably 5.3, 5.4, okay, 5.2 magnitude, 95 kilometers southwest of Bihar, Indonesia. And this was only 39 kilometers in depth. These are shallow quakes. And these 5s, this is all we're looking at. And right up over here, take a look. Bam. Now, I'm going to try to do on the next update, I want to try to do a full 30 days, even like a 2 months of just 5 magnitude and above. And I bet you all of us, our jaws would probably just drop like, holy crap. 5.0, 38 kilometers, right off of, not too far, take a look, 287 kilometers east-southeast of Iwo-Shima, Japan. That's another one that I kind of fear. And then plus we have the Fukushima. This planet is so effed up, you guys. And not to throw the topic off, and I always usually try to bring this up, when they start brainwashing all of you out there, trying to say it's climate change and all this crap, you guys gotta really know that it is full of you know what, SHT. Really. You're gonna tell me cars and all this other little product pollutions is causing this planet? Come on, you guys. Do you realize how many nuclear tests, I'm bringing this up again, have been done on this planet? All this nuclear testing. In Nevada alone, you know how many nuclear tests Nevada has done since the early 50s? They have done over 2,800 nuclear underground, airborne, and of course, above ground tests, nuclear testing in Nevada. And the last time supposedly was 2001. So from the 50s to 2001, almost 3,000 nuclear tests alone. That is a crapload of nuclear testing. And they're blaming this on the cars and all this crap. Come on, you guys. Please, you guys gotta wake up, everybody. This planet has taken a beating. And golly, since Fukushima, stop asking why fish are floating above the seas and trying to figure out why fish are dying, or stop believing that the temperatures are changing in the ocean, though they are a little bit. It's not the damn temperature. People there is so much freaking nuclear radiation in this oceans, and it's sad. It's horrible, and it's still not stopped. Fukushima's still leaking till this day. It's pretty spooky. I mean, some people just don't really sit and take the time for a minute to just really put everything on one plate and watch that plate just start to just bam, because it can't hold anymore. We are already past the tipping point. Even though on top of everything else, but golly, Mother Earth is sick. And sometimes when people get sick, there's cures. Well, with this situation, there is no cures. You can't fix this planet the way it's headed right now. And people don't realize that. All people really realize is, well, Mother Earth has happened in the past. We've had this. That was back then, you guys. You can't not compare. And I wish people would stop trying to compare the 20s and the 60s to today's of what's happening with the latest events. You cannot compare it because it is way beyond the brinks of what it was back then. Though it was bad, but this is way beyond. She might have fixed herself a little bit then, but you gotta realize all this nuclear testing globally is what has screwed this planet up. It's a miracle we haven't blown our own damn planet up because of all these tests. I mean, it's nuts, you guys. I could go on and on about this topic. Tomorrow I will be doing probably about an hour live stream, if not maybe a 2 hour live stream for all of you, and we're gonna be doing multiple topics, and I'm really gonna put my point of view to really try to get people to sit and take a moment like, wow. And it is, and I do have a video up on my channel. Go look for it. I'll get the link for you. I want you guys to watch this because not many people have been able to get this channel, and I've been surprised. And I clearly specifically talk and tell you each and every single nuclear test globally that has been done, and it's we're hitting over 20, near 30,000 nuclear tests total for every countries that have been testing since the early 50s up to the early 2000 to 2005. I'm not kidding. Spooky. So tomorrow we'll do that, and of course following by the earthquake update. Let's continue on moving up over here. I mean, this is just bonkers. Alaska is going to be getting bombarded also by all these quakes. 5.9, Japan, 30 kilometers southeast of Ohara, and this was only 39.4 kilometers in depth. The 5.9, you guys, this is definitely on the scale of a 6.0. I'm going to list that as 6.1, usually when this happens. Same thing as the other earthquake that we were just talking about that was listed at a 6.4, not a 5.9. These are some big quakes, you guys. So we're already looking at literally 3.6 magnitude quakes. It's going to be a lot of rocking, moving around, and it's going to be even a lot of volcanic activity going on as it already has been. It's going to be interesting for the next couple of months to see how Yellowstone's going to be acting. But I think Yellowstone is starting to throw a tantrum. And I think Yellowstone's diaper, because it hasn't been changed and there's a lot of buildup in there. And when she blows, she's going to blow. And it's going to be a mess. This quake right here, 5.0, 78 kilometers northeast of Mutsu, Japan. 51.61 kilometers deep. And that was a 5.0 magnitude. Definitely would say within a 5.0, no more than a 5.1. But you can clearly see right here. Pretty much, it's like the pattern, and this is the domino effect. This is going to be nuts for tomorrow's update because we're going to see a lot. 166 kilometers northwest of Chomyakan, Russia. 5.2, super shallow at only 10 kilometers deep. And again, this is the domino effect, and it's working its way. What's crazy, as you can see, starting from all the way over here, where it originally started, here it comes down all the way towards Indonesia, working its way past Philippines, going through Japan towards Russia, going into Alaska. Alaska, let's take a look at Alaska real quick. Alaska's getting pretty nasty too on their earthquakes. 5.2 magnitude, 92 kilometers just southwest of Atka, Alaska. And Atka, Alaska, that is all volcanic area. I mean, the whole line of those little tiny islands, those are all volcanoes. Alaska, for the next couple of days, we will be seeing a couple more 5 magnitudes, and there could be even a possibility at a 65 to 70% chance in a full 7-day period or sooner, we may see a 6.0 magnitude. It's bonkers with what is going on. Funny how, yeah, we're all trying to live our daily lives. Some people don't like to hear this stuff. People don't like to just have to put up with such. They don't care about it. And a lot of times it scares the crap out of people. But it's better to know and better to be paying attention, because there's so many people who are caught up in just so much that they don't see the outside surroundings. And half of everybody is not even freaking prepared. We're not even freaking ready. And we've been talking about this for years. We need to get ready. We gotta get ready. Well, guess what, you guys? Shit hits the fan. I tell you what, we're gonna be freaking pulling dirt to survive for food, because to be in that situation, have nothing, not be ready, not cool at all. It's spooky. Now here on inland, take a look here. Right inland of Alaska, 5.0 magnitude, 78 kilometers northwest of Takinta, Alaska. And this was 113.4 kilometers in depth. So you can clearly see from where we started from within near New Zealand, working our way through. You saw how that pattern is. Now it's working its way down towards the coastline of California, Oregon, Washington, and it's going to continue to work its way towards Mexico and then into South America. So as far as within the next week or 2 weeks, it could be sooner, because this earthquake's from where it hit on this one quake right here on this volcanic island, and then on inland on Alaska. That's enough, basically, of a shock wave to send through from the Cascadia and into the San Andreas Fault. And I guarantee it, we will see a earthquake within probably even tomorrow on the Cascadia Fault. Hopefully we don't see a 5 along the west coast, because that's going to be not good. That's going to really start triggering things. So do keep watch for California. It's going to be pretty nasty. Hopefully it doesn't occur. Surprisingly, Mexico sitting quiet. South America sitting quiet. Brazil, all these areas quiet, but they're not going to be quiet for long. And we will probably be seeing a couple 5 magnitudes within the week. So do keep a watch throughout South America's whole coastlines also, on from one ends to the whole other end of 5 magnitudes. Definitely will be seeing multiple 4s, no doubt. Now here's another new one. And I mentioned this before, that this would start to become highly active. And now it is. I've been starting to notice quite a bit of earthquake activity with and through here. Bam, 5.2 magnitude just north of Ascension's Island. Super shallow, 10 kilometers in depth. And so, I mean, you guys, I don't know. Like I said, you can't heal this planet. This planet's not going to repair itself. And golly, I don't know. I'd rather, if we end up in a situation, I tell you what, it's, instead of struggling, better to have this whole planet just blow itself up in pieces. And that way, so instant and bam. Because imagine what life would be like waking up and nothing around. Pretty eerie. Over here, take a look. God, we're already almost done. Madagascar. Not too bad. You never see earthquakes in Madagascar. Talk about Madagascar. I might have to watch that movie. 5.3 magnitude, southwest Indian Ridge, 10 kilometers in depth. And then we're going to zoom back out, and here we go again, right? And it's all within through the Indian Ocean. The whole freaking globe's plate system, you guys, is so unstable. It's bonkers. And the only people who really notice and do talk about this is me, Dutch Sense, BP Earthwatch also. But me, I really get into these plates, you guys. And when I get into them, I am in these babies. 5.3 South Indian Ridge. I mean, this is really gnarly. I'm surprised Australia has not gotten hit with a 3 to a 4.7 magnitude quake any along through this whole coastal areas, even inland. Despite with the crazy heat temperatures globally happening, everyone's now coming out. Cannot believe people talking about how they've been having hard times of breathing. And I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna say too, out of everyone, yes, I'm 100% with all of you. Also, friends, even my family, we've all talked about. We noticed the heat, just the changes here in Arizona. I mean, this is a global thing happening, and it's like if the air is so thick. Imagine putting yourself in a Dirt Devil vacuum container, a bagless vacuum, and it puts up so much dust that the vacuum can't even freaking suck no more up. And you know how it would be to breathe in that? That's kind of like the feeling. And even tonight, when I took my pup to the park, we cut it very short. Ended up going for a cruise, and even the cruise was horrible because the humidity was so crappy, and it feels tight. Put it that way. And I'm pretty sure some of you will agree, depending where you are living at. But this is becoming a really global issue. I think we just got an update, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't recall seeing this one. Let me double check. Okay, a horror Japan. I just want to make sure I didn't leave nothing out. So there it is, folks. Gonna be very interesting. Also, as an update, next week, my website esearchy.com will be back up and running. I'm currently doing some edits, and I got a really beautiful canvas art of one of the finest sunsets that I have taken, and decided to put that baby on a beautiful canvas. Sizes start from like 18 by 20 on up. I'm going to be doing some massive discount specials, you guys. I'm trying to get the help to get the recognition for my work, including my clothing line, and a lot more things I'm trying to get going here. The canvas prints, I'm probably going to be listing some of them for about 10 bucks, and right now they're going for 30, 40 bucks is what I'm asking. Not everybody can afford to go on ahead and just dump 30, $40 for pure beauty. I mean, people go and spend $10,000 to $100,000 on a canvas. And but when people want something and can't afford it, this is the only reason why I'm doing this, and it's going to be for a 1 week special. And the first 10 customers that do buy a canvas print, I with promise will send you your choice one t-shirt for free for those first 10 customers that do decide to purchase that print. Very beautiful. And any t-shirt, a hoodie, that would be on me just as a thank you for the support. So I'll be keeping you guys updated on that as well. But other than that, stay tuned in for the next couple of days, because it looks like Mother Earth is kind of like a Six Flags roller coaster right now. As always, thanks for all the great love, the great support. Thank you to all the recent subscribers, you guys. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. I'm going to be doing some updates on the animal videos, and do apologize so much that I have not gotten those posted yet, and so many of you have been requesting. Glad you enjoy it. If you have requests for any breed of pup, let me know. I'm gonna have a busy week next week, and contacted a couple of my followers. Just gave them a heads up that from their previous request that I am working